Good afternoon. My name is Jason Patterson, and this discussion thread is going to talk about the use of memoirs as a source in looking at historical figures and historical key events. One in particular that I want to focus on is General Grant's memoirs of his life before, during, and after the Civil War. And General Grant's memoirs is very good at using it as a source with it, but as with anything, using from a personal human perspective, it has strengths and it has weaknesses. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use 2 points that I really got out of this as a strength and also as seeing how it can be a weakness. First of all, let me give you a quote that General Grant did in his memoirs. This is found on page 145, and he's talking about General Scott at a particular event on a particular day. It was August the 20th of 1847. Again, it's found on page 145, where he describes that General Scott's endeavors that particular day was almost flawless, and he says, after the lapse of so many years. Now, just looking at that particular quote, there's 2 particular things I want to point out to you. Number one is from a point of view of this. Now, it's just obvious that General Scott and General Grant, they must have had a good relationship with each other for General Grant to be referring to General Scott in this particular way. That's a good thing, but also, too, as well, you got to understand that personal feelings and personal viewpoints play a role in how a particular subject or a particular thing is seen and how it will be reported on. For example, if I like a person, I'm going to give them a favorable compliment. If I don't like that person, I'm going to give them not so favorable compliment. And that's certainly a strong and a weak point when you look at for memoirs. Something else you got to remember as well is that a lot of times that memoirs are written from memory. And certainly General Grant, when he wrote his memoirs, he was approaching the end of his life. He was suffering from cancer. And you're talking about this thing was removed 20, 25 years after the fact. So General Grant remembered this, but there could be some other things that he simply did not remember. Pardon the bell ringing, I'm at my school. And there's some things that he may have not even remembered. There's some particular events or maybe something that General Scott did that he just kind of just didn't remember it or anything like that. And those 2 are certainly strengths and weaknesses of a memoir. Your point of view and also from your personal memories, because again, this is your life that you're doing. This was General Grant's life that he was doing, things that he saw, perspectives that he saw, and he was going with it from there and to show his book. Thank you.